Here we go.
That's fine.
Well, welcome to this week's segment of Healthy Communities. And this week we have a very special guest on, Terry Newmyer, who is the CEO and president of St. Helena Hospital, Napa Valley. Welcome to the show, Terry.
Hey, Bob. It's great to be here with you.
Thank you for taking the time to come down and talk with us. I know that you must be a very busy man running one of the best hospitals in the country.
Well, I truly enjoy my work.
I would imagine you do. So let's talk about this latest award that you have received. Now, first off, what is the NRC Picker?
NRC Picker is a research organization that is licensed by the federal government to conduct satisfaction studies that the government mandates for every hospital in America.
Okay, and then I know that there's different categories on how they group hospitals, and it goes by beds, correct?
Yes, we're in the group of 100 to 300 bed hospitals.
Okay, so is that medium? Is that about a medium-sized hospital?
Yes, it is. There are certainly hospitals larger and smaller.
So what would you say makes you different than other hospitals in your category?
Well, I believe that the result of the award with regard to our achieving top in the West for patient satisfaction distinguishes us as a place that absolutely has the admiration of our patients. It is leaving us pinching ourselves still that NRC Picker found through their research that when patients are asked the question, what is the overall rating of satisfaction for the hospital you've spent time at, that if they're at this hospital, at St. Helena Hospital, Napa Valley, on average, they're going to put a 9.7 score on a 1 to 10 level, and
Wow.
That's the best score of any hospital in our size on the West Coast.
That is amazing. So how do you think you've achieved this? Have you handpicked your staff? How do you get to the point where your clients can be so happy? I mean, that takes a lot of different departments all working together.
Yes, I want to talk about the staff, but, Bob, I have to start by talking about donors, because the staff gets to enjoy a facility and technology that is made possible by people who have been incredibly generous in this community. We're in St. Helena, a small town of about 5,000 people, and the donations that come to this hospital equal about $6 million a year.
Wow.
Is really spectacular for a small town. I mean, you just would not expect a town of this size to be able to generate that kind of wealth for the mission of the hospital. And it's made possible all of the technology and specialties and unique forms of care that are delivered here. And then you tie that in with a very mission-oriented team of employees and doctors that are, embracing the challenge of helping people live life to the fullest. And you get the result that we have.
Which is number one on the West Coast.
That's accurate.
And I must say, Terry, because I've been up there, I don't think there's a hospital anywhere with a better view.
Oh, this is so true. It's an amazing view of Pratt Valley and the vineyards, and it is a healing place. It absolutely is.
It has that healing energy, and you would believe you're at a resort. When you're at St. Helena Hospital, it feels like a resort. In the parking lot, you look out a window, you're just in nature.
When you arrive at the hospital, the healing begins even before you get to the room you're assigned to. Just being in the place lends itself to a healing experience.
Absolutely. So, let's talk about some specific services that I know that you're known for. For number one, the whole valley knows, the only hospital no wait ER. I don't know of another hospital that has a no wait ER.
Very true. I tell folks, Bob, that if they are injured on the streets of San Francisco, they should get in a cab and tell the cab driver to take them to the St. Helena Hospital, Napa Valley, because despite the length of the ride, they will get to see the ED doctor quicker by doing that than if they went to a San Francisco hospital.
I would agree. And it would be a better hospital. Now, you're also known for the Cancer Center, which is a destination. You get people from around the country that come in to do their cancer treatments?
I would say from across the region.
Across the region?
Cancer care lends itself to being closer to home, and so some of our services have a wider reach, some have a narrower reach. However, the reach for all of our services goes beyond the local community, because of the size of the hospital, the technology of the hospital, we could actually serve a community of 100,000 people, and yet we're in a town of 5,000. So the upshot is that all of our services have an expansive reach, and I would say that the Cancer Center is serving Northern California.
Absolutely. So it's also a recovery center. So not only do you fix people, they get to stay there and recover.
Well, the Recovery Center, Bob, is actually about helping people deal with addictions.
Oh.
It's a program that allows folks who are struggling with an addiction in their life to come in for a 28-day length of stay. Folks do come from all across the West Coast for this program, and generally we will have 30, 35 clients that are on site as residential participants in that program at all times.
That's right. I believe I've seen some commercials. It's in the beautiful Napa Valley, St. Helena, and it shows the beautiful view.
That's right. This is a spectacular place to recover from an addiction, and actually to find your heart and soul in a way that brings you closer to your own purpose in life.
Yeah, it would be a spiritual place to heal as well, because it doesn't feel like a hospital up there. You're at a resort.
Absolutely.
At least that's the feel. Okay. And what about your Center for Health?
The Center for Health has a unique approach to helping people deal with their chronic diseases or illnesses where lifestyle can make the difference. And it's amazing how valuable lifestyle is as compared to medicine.
Oh, yes.
There's a huge amount of living that can be improved by just getting the lifestyle characteristics right, what you eat, how you exercise, how you behave. And we have a 10-day program. It's called Take 10, and people are coming in from all over the nation to enjoy that program. We generally will have 15 to 20 patients here for every 10-day period to participate in Take 10.
And then they just come in and it's a body, mind, spirit sort of thing for 10 days? It's learn how to take care of yourself?
It's very educational, and we provide gourmet meals that teach them, the right food to eat. There's also classes on cooking. It's a very educational period. It's like going to college for 10 days to learn how to take care of yourself in the best way possible. We say to folks that come to the program that if they'll give us 10 days, we'll give them 10 more years of living younger longer.
Wow. See, now that one actually interests me. It sounds like a nice little vacation. But,
come and join us, Bob. I think you would find it very meaningful.
I would love to hang out for 10 days if I had the time. There's a few more things you're well known for. For instance, two of my friends at least have had joint replacements up there, so I know they chose your hospital for a reason.
Yes, Dr. Thomas Kuhn is a global pace setter for orthopedic surgery. He has conducted over 8,000 joint replacement surgeries himself. He conducts a knee replacement in 28 minutes that has an industry average of 2 hours.
Wow.
The length of stay in the hospital is only 1 day as compared to an industry average of 3 days. He only does blood transfusions in 1% of the procedures compared to an industry average. It's more like 26%. He only will have one infection in maybe 500 cases, where the average is more like 15 or 20 infections in 500.
Ooh.
So he has phenomenal metrics that is attracting people from around the country. We've had folks like Pete Carroll, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, come here.
Right.
John Nordstrom, the chairman of Nordstrom Stores, come here. There's many others of great significance. I can mention those two names because they gave us a waiver that lets us talk about them. But there are actually a lot of wonderful people from all across the West Coast that travel to St. Helena for joint replacement services.
Including high-profile entertainers, which I can't give up, but that's how I know, because they could go anywhere they wanted, and they picked St. Helena. So let's a couple more, because I know you have a heart institute up there that's well known as well. Yes,
the first open heart surgery ever conducted in Northern California happened right at St. Helena Hospital, Napa Valley. And the Adventist Heart Institute is based here. This is the cornerstone of our heart program. And we provide full services in our cath lab and our surgical suites to give total care to cardiac patients from across Northern California. We have 17 physicians, cardiologists, cardiac surgeons engaged. And again, in a town of 5,000 people, you would not expect such significant technology and sort of the critical mass of services being delivered to advance heart care.
Right, and the high level of talent. I mean, we're really blessed to have this in our valley. So one more thing I wanted to touch on, the Family Birthing Center. Now, I haven't had to use that one, but I hear good things.
Well, it's kind of amazing. You know, it's hard to do destination family birthing. I mean, people need to be close to home when they're having
somewhat
babies.
Close, right.
And so we don't have a huge volume there. But you know what? We constantly get responses from the patients that come through that program that are at the 99th percentile. The satisfaction level for how we deliver support to moms having babies is just incredible. And so I've just been amazed at how the team in that particular service line just walks on water in behalf of creating the right patient experience for every patient that comes to us.
Absolutely. Okay, so that would get us to the point. Why do you believe your employees are so good at what they do?
The reason is that we empower our employees to work at their very best. We try our best in administration to remove barriers and to set aside our expectations and ask them to apply their IQ on how we will best serve our patients as they come to our hospital. And the upshot is the employees in every department, in every corner of this hospital, are responsible for being bright, for being caring, and making the right decision on the spot for patients every day. And they come through over and over again in a marvelous manner.
Which is why we get nothing but great feedback. So it's kind of a family up there.
Oh, this is absolutely a family with a tight-knit culture. We really care about each other, and we care about our patients and their families.
Well, it shows, and that's why you've received the award for being #1 in our valley. Or actually on the West Coast. So it goes to the Rockies? How far out do we go? What's our West Coast?
There are 2 hospitals in the nation that NRC Pickard declared as being top of the game. One of them is our hospital here in California.
Right.
The other one is in Indiana. So the 2 hospitals are top in the nation.
In the whole nation.
Those 2 hospitals are the 2 top hospitals in the 100 to 300 bed category for the nation. And because the other hospitals in Indiana, we pretty much have declared, well, we're top in the West.
I'm going with that. Well, it's top almost everywhere, but you're in the top 2 of the whole nation.
That's true.
Absolutely. Well, you do a wonderful job up there, and I appreciate you taking the time. The president and CEO talking with Bob. It's been a pleasure.
Take care, Bob.
Hey, thanks for calling in, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.